so close, job almost done, and I suppose you and the players will all know that you beat Chesterfield, Barnet lose, mathematically it's all over.
Yeah, but it's important that we have to really concentrate, we have to perform, we have to do all of the things that we did last week at Cheltenham to give us an opportunity to win the game. We can't be looking about if, buts, maybes. Focus solely on what the job is, and that is first and foremost to produce another performance.
I suppose it's a little bit like Manchester City's scenario, where they could have won the league if they'd beaten Manchester United. They didn't, and they had to wait a couple of weeks. So I suppose that's what you want to avoid, isn't it?
No, listen, you know what the way I am. We're just focusing on the game, and we've prepared in exactly the same manner that we prepared for the Cheltenham game. We're focused. We've given the players as much information as we can, and they're ready to go.
How difficult is it to change anything, or is it just a case of, look, same intensity is what I need?
Yeah, that's a good word. The intensity to keep the ball out of your net, and the ability and the desire to put the ball in the opposition's net is key. And if we can produce the same level of performance, we defended very well when we had to last week. We didn't concede any real clear-cut chances. We headed lots of balls from dangerous free kicks, and we played some good football. So we've got to do all of that again, and like I say, make sure we're really intense and professional.
Because it's nothing the players are incapable of doing, is it? It's just a case of, I suppose, everyone being focused and it all clicking at the same time.
That's right, and Chesterfield have got to go for it. I think they're going to have to win to give themselves a chance. So we have to be wary that they're going to come all guns blazing. They're going to try and get us on the back foot. They've got some really good players, and we have to be ready for that. But sometimes, by them going for it, it might leave some openings for us to exploit.
Yeah, I suppose that should give you more opportunities than if a team just comes here and sticks 10 men behind the ball, shouldn't it?
That's right. I think they're in a situation now where they've got to win. They've got to win some games. They've got 4 left. But I still think they've got good enough players to do that. We've got to make sure we don't give them the opportunity.
As well as staying professional, what other carrots can you put in front of the players to make sure they keep going? I mean, are you talking contracts with them behind the scenes as yet?
No, we're not talking about any contracts until we know we're safe. So I don't want to take anybody's eye off the ball. I want full focus from everybody, supporters as well, to get this the result that we need, so that then we can start planning. But no, we've not spoken about contracts, but the carrots are stay in the team, earn yourself a new deal, and stay at a really good progressive club.
And I suppose all the time, although you're not talking contracts, you're watching them, aren't you?
Of course, being judged. I say to him, you're only as good as your last game. Ever in football, you're as a player, as a coach, as a manager, you're only as good as your last game. And on our last game showing, they did all right.
Obviously, you've gone horses for courses in certain games. Is that more difficult to do that after, I suppose, change your winning side? It's always a difficult thing to do, isn't it?
We picked a good footballing team last week that had physicality in it as well. So if you can get good footballers and they've got physicality as well, you've got half a chance. So now it's about it's more of the same. We've got to keep that physicality, but the technical players that we picked last week and did really well, we've got to produce those moments of brilliance that create chances.
And it must be really pleasing when your front 3 link up and produce a goal like Christian Deutsch's was.
Yeah, it was a great goal, wasn't it? It was a great pass from Brown, a great set from Ruben, and a brilliant finish from Christian. So they do a lot of work on that. With Pat does a lot of work, the goalie coach, in terms of bits of finishing at the end, and that was a little bit of a replica of what they've been working on. But there was lots of parts of the game last week that were really good. The structure of the team, the football, the defensive shape. It was very, very good.
Injuries? How's the squad?
Good. We're in good health. Everybody's fit and raring to go.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thanks.
Mark, did you see last Saturday as being up there as the most complete team performance of the season?
Possibly, yeah. I think we had a bit of everything last week. I think everybody expected us to get beat, and certainly when they saw the team before the game, I would think that as well. But we picked a team to win the game. We, like I said, we had ability, we had desire, we had physicality. And, that was a good showing, and that's what we got out of every week.
Yeah, most people didn't really give the team a chance on Saturday. You know, people that were predicting score lines. It was a bit like when you went away at Coventry as well. So how come your team has sort of produced that type of performance?
I just there is ability within the squad to produce those results, just not consistently enough. And I think if we can get to the end of the season and get safe, then we'll be far better next year for the experience, and we'll add 4 or 5 players that can lift us as well, and we can be better next year.
Yeah, I know you rate Chesterfield quite highly as well, so you're not going to underestimate them.
No, when we played them up there, they played really well on the night, and got some good players. Have had some injuries, long-term injuries that have not helped them, but they've got some really good players. You know, the midfield player Louis Reed on loan from Sheffield United, fantastic player. Andy Kellett on loan from Wigan, I think he's a good player, and they've got some experience in there as well with Ian Evatt and Chris O'Grady, Robbie Weir. So they've got you know, a good squad. It's just sometimes it just doesn't happen for one reason or another.
Yeah. Finally, I just want to ask you about Accrington. Their success, does that set a sort of template for you for next season?
Not really. I think it's totally different. I think John's got a team full of like Scousers that creates that team spirit, and they're a different breed, and they've done fantastically well. You know, and full credit to them. They deserve all the credit and accolades they're going to get. They've got a group of players that stick together. They've got key players in key areas. Seem to be always produce a goal. Billy Key, you know, McConville, people like that, and fair play and good luck to them.